Hi, Marilyn O'Malley here of MarilynO'Malley.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about why healthy boundaries require that we get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So, if you're an empath, a healer, a teacher, somebody who's compassionate, a nurturer, most likely a highly sensitive, right? If you're here, you're highly sensitive. Most likely you have the ability to feel what other people are feeling. And you learn this at a very young age. And at a very young age, you learned how to take care of other people and make them feel better. And as a result, this became something that was very natural for you to do as an adult, is to take care of other people. You know, you can feel what they're feeling and maybe know even better than them how to take care of themselves. And so what would happen is, as a child, say one of your parents, whenever they felt in discomfort, you felt bad. You either were feeling what they were feeling, or they made your life feel terrible because of what they were feeling. They got angry, they were frustrated, they were sad, they got depressed, all the full range of feelings and emotions that somebody can have when they're not happy. And so as a child, you wanted your parent or parents to feel good, or the siblings, or whatever was happening around it. You want those people to feel good because you don't want to feel what they're feeling that's feeling bad. So a lot of us got in the habit of helping other people without them asking us to help them, but to either entertain them, to somehow take away their pain, to in some way stop whatever was causing the pain and suffering of those around us, in order that we could feel better. And so it just became a natural thing that we do, and we do over time. And you might not even really understand that you do this. This actually took me a while to figure out, oh, I'm solving other people's problems around me so that I don't have to feel any of their pain from them having that problem. So then I feel better. So I'm not doing it for them. I'm really doing it for me. I want you to think about that. Really think about that. And it'll probably take a while to think about that. But the reason, so we're doing this because we're highly sensitives. It's a way of us surviving. And so what happens as a highly sensitive, because we can pick up on other people's feelings, because we are empaths or empathetic, we know things and feel things that other people might not feel and know. And in that, because of that, through our childhood, if there was a lot of feelings, and we're picking up on a lot of things that are going on around us, and it becomes overwhelming, it's almost like for our own survival, for our own well-being, that one of the things that we do is start to solve their problems, take care of other people, so we can take care of ourselves, so we don't have to feel them. But the other is we start thinking about our feelings, because feeling everything around us is overwhelming. It's too much. So we start kind of putting how we're feeling in second place to what everybody else is feeling. So we put ourselves last. And also we make our feelings, because we probably are getting from other people, because we're picking up on all these different things that we got, that, oh, you're too sensitive, you feel too much, come on, buck up, get strong, and we see other people not as sensitive as us, and so we start to think that something's wrong with us. So we start not trusting what we're feeling, and we start not trusting our experiences, because those around us are not experiencing the same thing that we're experiencing. So we don't trust it. And therefore we start shutting ourselves down. We start burying what we're feeling as less important than what the rest of the world and the people around us are feeling. So we start to take this out into our world as adults, right? So now we go through, we grow, we get these, we do these things, we fit into our family in whatever way that makes us get good responses from the people around us. We take care of things. We probably become the perfectionists. We become the nurturers. We become the emotional support of the family. We're making sure that everything is taken care of, or we're watching out. So we're taking care of our outer world much more than nourishing and taking care of our inner world. And now we move into adulthood. And so what do we think? A lot of times then we assume, because we're nurturers and we've been doing this our whole lives, taking care of others, solving problems, doing whatever. So we go into some field that's doing that, right? We become coaches, we become teachers, we become nurses, we are doctors, or nonprofit people, or innovators, the creatives, the artists. We put ourselves out there with thinking that how we were as a child, taking care of everybody first and doing those things is who we are. And I'm going to tell you it's not who you are, because you are putting everybody else first. So that's not a healthy boundary. So it's not a healthy boundary. And the other reason is that, and because in their survival and putting everybody else first, you have denied your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your importance, your own healing, your own nurturing. And so doing your inner work. And so to be a really inspiring and healer, teacher, mentor, to be a healthy role model really requires us to now, as an adult or a young adult, or if you're watching this as a teenager, yahoo, that you're getting this before before you're older, you can get it now, to realize that you are really more of a healer and can affect more people around you from a more balanced, harmonious, and positive place if you do your own work first. So what do I mean by that? So one of the things I would ask you, there's a couple places I'm going in this. One is that, when you're out and about in the world, don't solve people's problems unless they ask for it, because that's their journey. And so this is where it's going to take you becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. So in order for us to really not be attached to outcomes, to come from a place of genuine healing and being able to unconditionally be with people where they're at, we have to not be attached to whether they solve their problem or not, or how they do it. But the big thing is that it's not our job. So I think we're in a new place. I know we are in a new place of that, how the energy works, right? Is that if we're solving somebody else's problem, that means we're on their path and we have to walk their path with them. We're to be on our own path and they're to be on their own path, and they need to learn from their mistakes. They need to learn from how they trip up. They need to learn how to cope with the things that are coming into their life. They need to how to deal with the emotions that they're having, how to do their own healing. And by you being comfortable, by letting them be in whatever expression of their emotions are, without any abuse. I'm not talking, you're not going to take anybody's abuse, setting healthy boundaries about how they can treat you, but just letting them do their own work, and you being all right with the people around you feeling the way they're feeling. And here's the healing part for you, is so what is triggering you? What is bothering you about their feelings? What is being reflected back to you about you that's uncomfortable? And see, these uncomfortable feelings is what you're feeling. And so going inside and finding out what your own discomfort is about, and being with that, and falling more in love with yourself, and managing your thoughts, your mind, your energy, your emotions, is much more healing than you stuffing yours and trying to, you're actually distracting yourself by other people's problems rather than dealing with your own. And if we all of us light workers, all of us healers, all of us health professionals, everybody paid attention to how we're reacting, how we're showing up, how we're being with ourselves and doing our own inner work, then we will positively, whatever work we do, will positively affect other people around us. And so, can you see how being comfortable with being uncomfortable is really important for healthy boundaries? Because when we're intermingled, if we're feeling somebody else's emotions or what's going on with them, and we think we have to do something about it, now we've entangled ourselves in their life. Or can be codependence, that you're in a codependent relationship and everything is intermingled and you're reacting. So you're not choosing, you're reacting, and all the places in you that don't feel good are getting triggered. And you have certain beliefs about what you have to do in order to get relief from feeling the way that you feel. See, in a lot of ways, we have our narcissistic sides of ourselves, that we're always in our own survival and we're trying to take care of ourselves. But when we can start to be in that thriving mode and feel good about ourselves, it's a whole different energy, and it affects other people, and you will be in interdependent relationships. You will add to each other's lives rather than trying to take from somebody's life or to change somebody else in order to get your needs met. So this is really about you taking responsibility for how you feel, how you're reacting, how you act, what you think, and your actions. And in order to change your life and to feel happier and more in control and more fulfilled. And I want to say one other thing for those of us who are nurturers too, is a lot of times we became the nurturers in our family in order to not feel that we would be abandoned. So we started solving people's problems, started making people feel better, started being the perfectionists, taking care of everybody in order to get our needs met about they'll always need me, so I'll never be alone. I'll never be left. I'll never be abandoned. If they need me enough, and you might not even be consciously thinking this, but there's a part of you that is responding because of this. And so doing our inner work around abandonment, around the issues that as long as somebody needs me, that's a codependent, then I'll be valued. Where it starts the value in you are already worthy, you are already enough, you are always and always have been bringing something of uniqueness to the table that is you, that adds to other people's lives. So you don't have to be taking care of other people all the time in order to feel valued. So I want you to get that, because there are some people that feel like their purpose is to sacrifice themselves and take care of others, and that their needs, their wants, their desires are not important, and that's not true. And it might be like the field of service is not even your thing, but you've made it that since childhood because it was part of your survival, and it's meeting your need of attention and appreciation and love from other people. So by taking responsibility, by learning to be, okay, I can be with where other people are without having to solve their problems, and I can feel, and I will do the work for me, that where I'm getting triggered about what they're feeling, and so that I won't be triggered by, so I can authentically love me with whatever I'm feeling, right? With whatever emotion, whatever is going on with me, I can unconditionally love me. And if I can unconditionally love me in that place, and allow me to feel that, and you'll see the value in that, the value in you feeling your feelings and doing your own work, then you will allow other people to do that too, and not rush in and try to help them in order to make yourself feel better, or in order to feel needed by them to have that codependent relationship. So I'm just thinking so some questions you might be asking yourself is, so what triggers me about what other people are feeling? How can I love myself more? Before stepping in to help somebody, you might ask, did they ask me for help? And if they didn't, then don't offer any. And watch how you're going to feel uncomfortable. and you're going to feel uncomfortable being around certain energies, and maybe you need to leave where those energies are and go out and do something else. See what happens when you're not, see what happens in your life when you're not solving everybody else's problems, right? Just when you're being you, like what creative energy is coming out? What is all, where is all your energy going in helping others? And if you pulled that energy back and did your own stuff, what do you want to create with that energy? That energy is like, that's really creative energy for you. So I'm not saying don't help each other, help other people, but I'm saying help from a new place, help from a place of not wanting to take something away from them, and not wanting to not feel and not do your own work, and to create this healthy boundary that everybody gets to do their own work, everybody gets to be wherever they're at, because that's their lesson, that's their path, that's their learning, that's their process, that's their journey, their life journey. And you're on your life journey, and everybody's is unique. So, and the unknown is uncomfortable, right? So there's a really, so what am I uncomfortable with? What feelings am I uncomfortable with would be another good question. And am I uncomfortable with the unknown, with uncertainty? And how can I learn to become more comfortable with certainty? Because I can only know what the next step is. Really, it's like, so you're getting to look and see, like, what's my thinking? What are my feelings? What are my beliefs around uncertainty, being uncomfortable, not feeling, serving others first and putting me last, having to be responsible for others and not responsible for myself. So those are just a few of the questions that you can start pondering and looking at and considering, because those things, those are big energy areas of your life that, and big, what do I want to say, time sucks, both positive and negative. You're spending, I would say, putting your energy outward can be a drain on other people, and a drain from you. Whereas spending time healing yourself, doing your inner work, and again, you're not broken. It's just looking at, it's healing the stuff that is the conditioning that are the lies. So it's kind of like you're in a treasure hunt for the lies and the beliefs that you're thinking about yourself that are disempowering and draining and energy sucks from your life, that also have you taking actions outwardly that are not to your highest purpose. It doesn't serve you being creative and resourceful and whole in the world, and are keeping you from living the life that is truly yours. So I hope this helps. Any questions, please leave comments below. If you want to know more about with me or working with me, go to MarilynO'Malley.com. And I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear, what this brings up for you, and how you might take steps to be more comfortable with being uncomfortable. You can share those with us. All right, thank you. This is Marilyn O'Malley from MarilynO'Malley.com. Until we meet again, love, live, and matter.